Hello, good morning, students. Today's transcription number 187 on the speed of 100 words per minute. Start. Sir, I shall deal with the question straightway. So far as permanent or temporary workers are concerned, the provision specifies the period of service, and it has been further defined that so many days of service constitute continuous service for a year. About what action will be taken against the employer if he fails to implement the provisions of the law. The law has made provision. Compensation is a legal obligation and it can be enforced. Sir, I have not to add very much to what I said at the outset. I find that the reactions to those proposed legislation proceed from two different and opposite angles, and if I may submit, the two extreme views put forward are based on some kind of misunderstanding or imperfect understanding of the aims of this legislation and the ends which are sought to be achieved through it. They are limited aims. They are twofold aims. Firstly, coming to the views expressed by my honorable friend Dr. Mukherjee, the question was viewed chiefly from the interests of the industry, and from the other side, the question was viewed chiefly from the interests of workers. We have tried to balance both these things. But no claim is being made that through this legislation all that can be claimed on behalf of the industry or on behalf of the workers is going to be achieved, because the two aims are fair deal to the workers and that production should not be curtailed, and also that the industry should not suffer. Now, this legislation also has two aspects. One is the attempt to prevent closures through the deterrent effect of these provisions. That there is a good deal of substance in this approach will be evident from the fact that in the first case, when an ordinance was promulgated, a number of closures which had threatened actual did not materialize. This means that sometimes the closures were not really so very necessary, and there were no compelling reasons. There may be some consideration of avoidance of a little loss in time when there is depression, when one can do without additional production and things like that. The limited interest of a particular individual employer and not the larger national interest concerning production or the interest of the employees may perhaps be the consideration. In these cases, this legislation has a salutary effect.